Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watch You Want, and thanks for logging on. Today, we're looking at the Corum Bubble World GMT, 44mm in polished stainless steel. You can see this unique Corum Bubble on our website, watchyouwant.com. Purchase it there if you like, and if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Watch You Want Inc. The Corum Bubble is, in aesthetics and ergonomics, one of the most strikingly unusual watches of the last 20 years. Designed by the late Corum owner Severin Wunderman, the watch was designed as an aesthetic tribute to the Rolex Deep Sea Special dive watches of the 1950s and 60s, recapitulating the look of a huge domed acrylic with an immense curved sapphire. The Corum Bubble essentially takes sports watch qualities and combines them with an almost Dadaist sensibility that's so off the wall you can't help but love it. Now on my wrist, 16 centimeters, 6.3 inches in circumference, the watch actually fits quite simply and securely. Despite the fact that it is 44mm, it has an almost melted contour to it such that it's cambered and it bends right around the curvature of the wrist. I mean, this thing literally is the shape of my wrist. So if you have a small wrist and you're wondering how you're going to deal with a watch that's 19mm thick and 44mm across the round of the case, don't worry, it's surprisingly wearable, and that in spite of a 54mm measurement from extremity of lug to extremity of opposite lug. I'm going to take it off my wrist now because you really can't get an optimal advantage point of this watch without seeing it head on. Its effect on the light is completely mesmerizing. I mean, this timepiece looks like nothing else. Even the Rolex watches that inspired it weren't quite this exuberant, with a combination of Mercator projection on the dial with vivid colors and polished highlights. Now the watch does feature a GMT function. Debuted in 2000, the first Corum Bubble spawned ultimately many limited editions, a few divers, and very few complicated models, but we do have one here today. Now you can see the watch features a remarkable integration of strap and case, such that visually they flow one into the other. The watch wears and looks almost more like a bracelet than a watch, and it features a very high quality double deployant, fully finished, trigger actuated clasp. It closes very solid, it's very secure, and the watch itself is actually very robust. It is a sports watch, despite the fact that it looks very whimsical, almost defining the term in a horological sense. This watch is water resistant to 200 meters, so 660 feet. You're good to go diving, just swap in a Corum rubber strap, and you're ready to take the plunge in any of the 7 seas. But the bottom line is this watch offers more than simple toughness, because powered by an ETA 2893A2, dual time zone movement, the watch features a second time zone, and this includes a 24-hour hand, so it does have true GMT capability, such that you can set that hand, which moves at half the speed of the local hours, to a second time zone, and the bezel itself is shaded for AM/PM distinction when reading that second time zone. Now uniquely, because many GMT-style watches with a second time zone do not feature this refinement, this watch also features, in addition to its second time zone, watch the index at 6 o'clock, a quick set date. This is a unique refinement, again, that you will find on very, very few dual time zone GMT watches. Most require you to cycle a hand manically to swap date indications in the date aperture. Not here, and in the stylistic sensibility of the Corum Bubble, the date aperture is included in the center of the 6. Now, everything about this watch is self-consciously styled to be outrageous, and this includes the metal-polished bulb-style crown. It's like a giant ball bearing ringed in rubber, and like everything else about the watch, it's singular. Now, you screw it in because it is a screw-down model, and now I'm ready to take the plunge with a true sports watch. Pull it all the way out, it does hack and stop the seconds for synchronization to a known accurate reference clock or sports timer. And the watch features a fully decorated, and I must say, uniquely Corum decorated take on the ETA 2893A2. You can see the unique finish on the bridges of the watch, you can see the unique finish on the rotor of the watch. It is, quite honestly, the best movement for the money and exceptionally thin. In fact, it's so thin that it's the main reason why only 8mm of the total girth of this case is taken up by timepiece, and movement. The rest of the 19mm thickness is all that sapphire, and this is the largest, thickest, and most finely finished sapphire available, bar none, on any watch in the Swiss watch industry. Now 16 years old, the Corum bubble concept is no less shocking, striking, and unique when encountered, and you can encounter this Corum bubble World GMT 44mm in stainless steel with dual time zones on our website, watchyouwant.com.